What does it mean to be the best version of yourself? I mean, for everyone it's different, but for me, it means investing or giving equal attention to my health, my career, and my relationships. It means finally learning to balance my life. Hi there, my name is Benny and I am a Christian coach, peak performance mentor and motivational speaker. As a background information, for a very long time, I was terrible at balancing my life. When I began focusing on my career, my relationships and sometimes my health took the back seat. And that is the case for many people. The reason is very simple. That never-ending chase of the bag or money could leave you pretty distracted, for lack of better words. I have made a couple of videos explaining how focusing on just one area of your life could lead to success. However, I am also an advocate of balance, hence this video. In the book, The 3 Alarms, the author, Eric Pataka, listed 5 peak performance traps that could prevent you from becoming the best version of yourself. The 5th one caught my attention. He called it hyper-focusing on a single domain of life. He said, and I quote, "Health, work, and relationships represent the 3-legged stool that provides stability and meaning to our lives. Remove a leg and the stool becomes imbalanced. Remove 2 and life will be very wobbly indeed." He was right. But how? How do you balance your health, work, and relationships without burning out? He suggested implementing the 3 alarms system. So that basically entailed setting 3 alarms on your phone. 1 reminding you to switch to this alter ego and work out maybe in the mornings or in the evenings. The 2nd reminding you to switch to an identity that brings out your best self at work. And then the 3rd reminding you to become the best version of yourself for the relationships in your life. And of course, I decided to give this a try. I gave myself 7 days for this experiment. And basically for a whole week, I was going to work out every day, invest time in my career, and call at least 1 family member daily. The next step was to set the alarms, which I did. And the next morning, the first alarm got me out of bed and outside my apartment for a walk. At noon, the 2nd alarm went off, and that alerted me to conclude what I was doing and get to work editing content and writing a book that I will talk more about in my next video. And finally, at 6 p.m., the final alarm rang out, reminding me to call at least 1 family member and catch up. The first day was great. I mean, most people start out energetic and optimistic when doing something new. But by the 4th day, life was getting in the way and I was already getting really tired of the daily walks. You see, prior to this experiment, I was used to working out only 3 times a week, so this was definitely a stretch for me. By the 7th day, I was glad it was all over, and here's what I learned throughout the process. Number 1, I learned that focusing on just one area of your life could lead you to be really unhappy in the future. Because you have reached the peak of your career, but you have no one to celebrate it with because you neglected all your relationships along the way. Or you finally reached your definition of success, but you've neglected your health and now you're spending all the money you made on treatments. Number 2, I also learned that you would find out that you have more time in the day than you think for all 3 areas of your life the moment you decide to be intentional. And last but definitely not least, I learned that the fastest way to build a new habit and maintain it is by identity change. For example, when my alarms rang, I saw world's best coach or world's best athlete. And so that reminded me to start visualizing myself in that light. And research shows that the moment you start visualizing something, your brain doesn't know the difference between thinking about it and it actually happening. So the moment I started visualizing myself as the world's best athlete, for example, that basically just informed my behavior. Because instantly you would ask yourself, if I was the world's best coach or if I was the world's best athlete, wouldn't I do this? Isn't this a part of the job or a part of that line? So time for my verdict. Will I continue to do the 3 alarms system? Honestly, yes and no. This system is really helpful when you're just starting out. But it gets to the point where it becomes a habit and you do not need the alarms anymore. This journey was really beneficial for me, but disclaimer, if you're going to go on this journey, just note that if you're anything like me, it gets to the point where the alarms going off throughout the day starts to get really annoying. If you're interested in trying this method out, or you just need me to help you begin the journey of becoming the best version of yourself and reaching your definition of success, then email me at benniechrisayeh@gmail.com or just DM me on Instagram at Benniechrisayeh, and I will be honored to work with you. In conclusion, like I said, I saw a lot of positive changes going on this journey. However, what sealed it all for me was reading Romans chapter 7 verse 20. And it says, if my behavior contradicts my desire to do good, I must conclude that it is not my true identity doing it, but the unwelcome intruder of sin, hindering me from being who I really am. You see, if you ever feel out of balance, remember that who you really are is a balanced person, because you're the son or the daughter of a balanced God, and that identity consciousness will begin to inform your behavior. If you enjoyed this video, then you definitely enjoy this video right here. See you there, and don't forget to subscribe.